turn on your notification bell. You will still get those information you are looking for.
Reactions trail Tinubu's 100 million donation to victims of flood in Kano State. Tinubu, the presidential candidate of the All Progressive Congress, the APC, in the forthcoming elections, said that he has donated 100 million naira to victims of flood disaster in Kano State. Tinubu was in a meeting, organized in his honor by Kano Business Community Council on Saturday, where he made the donation. He said the donation was aimed at alleviating the sufferings of the victims in the affected areas and called for sustained prayers to end flood disasters in the country. He's talking about Kano State. That's what the presidential candidate of APC is saying. Flood in Kano. Nigerians has been reacting to it. Say, what kind of statement is that? What kind of presidential candidate? Of all the places in the country where flood is ravaging, talking about Kogi State, Anambra, Bayelsa, these are the key areas. These states are the leading states. Talking about the flood, Anambra, Kogi, Bayelsa, even in rivers. You see this flood there. All right? So, but talking about another places too, but in Lagos too as well. But this Kano, nowhere. Let us see some of the reactions of some Nigerians about the statement of the presidential candidate of the All Progressive Congress, APC. Someone said, Issa Garaba, he said, not flood victims only, victims in Kano State. He said this includes victims of building collapse at Beirut GSM Market. Okay. Another said, he's at Muhammad Osman Suleiman. He said, which flood victims? He donated it to Ganduje and his campaign team. Die. Hardly if a single person among the flood victims would benefit a penny from the said donation. He said, anyway, it is a campaign time. Another said, was there any flood in the northwest Nigeria? This man thinks he's wiser than millions of Nigerians. Oh God, unless stylishly imbibing in vote buying. It's not going to be business as usual. The entire youth across the country, aside from the gullible and daft ones, are all going to vote wisely come the 2023 election. You see, another person said, Tinubu, how many times did I call you? Please stop this politics. Food no dey Kano compared to other states. Flood no dey Kano, say compared to other states. So you see the reactions of Nigerians. You see, so another said, Kano is his only hope of winning in the north. You do see, Bayelsa Rivers, Benue, Kogi Delta, Anambra. You see, that's where the flood is. And so another said, is there a flood in Kano? You only doing so because you want their votes by all means. So these are the reactions of Nigerians. You see, another said, where did he get all the hundreds of millions from? Dividends from shares, in as much as a support given to people in need. The source of the money must be clean. Why not Bayelsa and Kogi? The areas worst hit by the flood. Kano, I remember, Kano has huge electoral values. These politicians are masters of hypocrisy and deceit. If this man wins, he will recoup his investment with profit. Ponder over all this and vote wisely. You see how Nigerians are reacting to it. You say, please let the 100 million go around. All states that were affected, so other states, please demand your 100 million if Tinubu comes to your state. So these are what the people have been saying. Yes. So one said, Tinubu didn't work for his money. Even the Lagos state government has mapped out funds for his presidential campaign plus the ones he looted with a bullion van. By the way, is there any flood in Kano? Calabar is prospering. Why Kano, if not purely political? Flood has affected all South and Middle Belt states, but BAT chooses the state with the highest voting population to support. Again, calling for prayers to end flooding is crazy. Prayers wouldn't solve the flooding problem. You see, so These are the reactions of Nigerians. But this one said now, but Benue, Kogi, Nasarawa, Delta, Bayelsa, Rivers states, to mention but a few, flooded areas are waiting, sir. You see, so these are the diverse reactions from Nigerians. Some say the money is not clean. Some say he looted the money. Some people said, look, he has actually budgeted this money. Lagos State government has budgeted money from their allocations and the IGR of Lagos State. They have mapped it out for Tinubu. Look at what is happening in this country. Lagos State, somebody cornered the money since 1999 up until this moment. Even his election, they have mapped out the IGR of Lagos State and the federal allocations to fund the Tinubu's campaign. You see, and people say, why Kano? In Benue there is flood. There is flood in Bayelsa, in Kogi, Nasarawa, Anambra, Rivers, Bayelsa. So all these places there is flood, and you decide to go to Northwest, no flood there, because you want to go and rig with the fictitious 6 million voters in the Kano state. That's what Tinubu is targeting with Ganduje. They want to rig with the fictitious 6 million voters. There's no 6 million people there. No 6 million registered voters there in Kano state. All is fictitious. Even the 44 local government there, those things are, they are fictitious as well. Those things are being exaggerated. They're all the things we're talking about marginalization and corruption. They will say they are 44 local government in Kano state. Where are the human beings there? Where? So all these things they are doing is to continue to marginalize a section. That's why we are saying, let us call a spade by its name. We are tired of all this nonsense. Look at what somebody is doing. P2B is moving around, trying to see if there's any way he can bring succor and alleviate the sufferings of the people. We are seeing it. We are seeing him moving, going to these places where this thing is happening, where flood has ravaged. He's even called off his campaign so that the flood victims will be taken care of, and the world will give them attention. But these people, they refuse. They are still campaigning. They are not only campaigning, but they are going to where they will rig with fictitious number, because nothing exists there. It's fictitious. You cannot say there's no flood there. Anybody who's supporting this semi-local, that person should be taken to a psychiatric hospital. They should check him. Yes, they should check that person. We have said it. Even Atiku Abubakar, after Fulani man, and that Fulani man want to come upon to govern, and people of the southern Nigeria, south, southeast, you are watching. You know that for you to be there, it will be very difficult. Yes, for the obedient movement, for P2B to win election in Nigeria as it stands, it will be very extremely difficult, if not impossible. You see what these men are doing. The money they have gathered they have gathered for years. They use it. They use it to buy votes. There is hunger in the land. People will collect money and vote for them. Yes. Go to the north. I think I've said it. Millions of persons, they are not on the internet. They don't know. So they are there. They go and convince them and give them money. They vote. So that's why we say it's better we start early to pursue this black goat before night meet all of us. And that is referendum. We should be